Hello, today we are doing pastels for Pride. I'm so late. I'm so incredibly late. I know it's the end of June, but I've been wanting to do pastels, and why not combine the two? Pastels for Pride. Gorge, all right? Pastels, you can wear them spring, summer, doesn't really matter, winter, fall, who cares? You know what I mean? You can wear them anytime you want. Today, I'm going to be using the Holy Fairy Tale palette from Kimchi Chic. This is the 01 Cottage Core palette. Beautiful pastels, beautiful palette. Look at all of these options. I'm obsessed. But I am going to be keeping my Blend Bunny Rotten palette on deck in case, because look at that, is gorgeous. Look at that, is gorgeous. There's some really beautiful shades in here as well. Pastel-y shades from it's Microsoft, not Microsoft. I was pronouncing her name incorrectly. Anyway, her collaboration with Blend Bunny, beautiful palette. So these are the two palettes that I'm going back and forth in. And then I have it here in case I can't find what I'm looking for over here, or if I just feel like there's a color over here that I need, use the Girl Talk palette from Trixie Cosmetics. Okay, so this is also an option. I've got all my options here. Best to have, see there's slightly different purples in each of these palettes, you know what I mean? Very slightly different purples. Sometimes you just need all the different kinds of purple. Okay, so I actually live streamed doing my base, which is up on my channel. If you want to go and check it out, you can check the live streams tab. So I obviously have my base makeup on. I applied a little bit of MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre to my eyes, and we're just gonna basically go, well, actually, you know what, I might actually set it with a little bit of powder first. So for my face, I used the Bare Minerals original setting powder, which I think is what I'm gonna use here. It's a very nice mineral powder that is incredibly softening and blurring. I just wish they had more shades. I wish I had something that was like a little more bright, maybe a little bit more yellow toned, you know? And I did curl my lashes. If you're like, what is happening right now? Whose eyelashes are those? Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna follow my heart. I obviously have pink, this very pretty pink lip, these gorgeous like cool toned pinky lavender nails, and then my lime green top. So I'm going to kind of like follow that as my like guide, but I want to obviously use like all the colors. So I'm gonna start off with the Rougher 13 brush, which is a tiny, tiny little blender brush. And I have a million of these, and there's a reason for that, because it's the best. And I use it for basically every single thing. So I'm trying to decide what shape I want to start with. I think I'm gonna dip into this lavender, this like lavender shade from the Kimchi palette. And I don't know if I'm gonna use any shimmer yet. I haven't decided. I've been wanting to use indie brands specifically for a while, and I'm going to do a full face of indie brands, but I figured why not combine the two with today? So I think I'm actually gonna start in here. Right at the front of the brow. And then pull it out slightly. And I'm gonna slowly build that up. If you want this to be like extra vibrant, try using a white eyeshadow base to really, really make it like pop. Since I'm so pale, I don't really feel like I need to do that to make it pop. It's gonna pop enough on my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna dip into Spoil from the Rotten palette, this shade right here, which is really, really beautiful. Kind of like aqua color. I'm gonna use that same brush, I'm just gonna switch it. And then I'm gonna go into my crease over here. So blending slightly into that purple. That's really pretty. Oh, earrings trying to steal the show. Honestly, as they should. And then I'm gonna drag this slightly down on the lid and slightly up. Like I'm just gonna blow this shit out, you know? We're gonna get real colorful up in here. All right, I'm gonna pivot to my Sigma E54 brush. I'm gonna grab this green from the Kimchi palette because it's very, very close. Actually, I think this one's a little bit closer to my shirt color, but I want it to be more green, which this one is. This one's a little bit more yellow. So I'm gonna grab that on my E54. I'm gonna place this close to my lid, in the inner part of my lid, like inner 2/3, I would say. And then slowly blend a little bit into that aqua. It looks so pretty. I'm obsessed with just those colors together, goddamn. Okay, I'm gonna go into this sort of like muted purpley shade right here, Whisper, from the Rotten palette. And I'm gonna switch to my Sigma 02 brush. And I'm gonna take this from the outer corner in sort of a winged shape out. And then I'm gonna grab my Eyeshadow 00 brush. I'm just gonna soften that. We're gonna slowly build up within that shape. So this is a slightly more muted, more grounded purple than that like pretty lilac that we have going on up top. I'm gonna grab another 03 brush and I think I'm gonna start building up, ooh, I'm so torn. I'm gonna start building up like more of a red tone for this area. So I think I'm gonna go into Marrow from the Rotten palette, which is a little darker, kind of like pretty burgundy shade. Or, yeah, burgundy. For some reason, I always mix up burgundy and maroon. Maroon is like, to me, when I think about it, more brown, and burgundy is like a little more blue toned. But sometimes I use them interchangeably, which is really stupid because they're different colors. Anyway, so on my 03, tapping that off, and I'm going to place this a little closer to the lash line and slowly drag that out a little bit. I'm not trying to like completely cover up that first shade because I want this to be more pastel than not. So I'm keeping things soft. This is really gonna make that green pop, and especially having it close to like my eyes. Since my eyes are more green, it's gonna look really pretty. I'm just gonna buff that off and then go in and soften between that and the original purple shade. I think I'm gonna go back into that first purple, also on my 03. And I'm gonna place this on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm gonna go like halfway in. And then I'm just gonna take what's left over, kind of buff it underneath that wing. That's really fucking pretty. Okay, I'm gonna use that same brush. It's just good for the lower lash line. And I'm gonna go into the pink, this pink, in the Kimchi palette. And I'm gonna bring that in the closer to the inner corner, like right here, but not fully. Not all the way into the inner corner, and just like marry that with the purple. I do feel like I'm thriving right now. I don't know about you guys. I think this is where I thrive in life. It's just putting colorful eyeshadow on my eyes. Okay, that's really beautiful. And then I'm obviously doing yellow in my inner corner, but the Kimchi palette has this really beautiful, like satiny shimmer that's yellow. But I'm just like, do I need it to be? Like, I kind of am loving that this is all matte. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe I'm just gonna go in with this, you know? Because I might do, and I'll include this in the video, a dewy highlight on my cheeks. Which, if that's the case, I think matte is the way to go. So I'm gonna use this guy. And I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 210 brush. This little guy. Right in here. I know it's not focusing on my eye. I can see it. I don't know why, it's so frustrating. Yeah, that pastel is fabulous. Like, I'm loving that matte. So I'm just gonna build this up in the very inner corner. And then I'm gonna buff it into that green and then just diffuse around those edges, bringing it slightly down into my dark circle. And then I'm just gonna buff slightly into that, like into that pink, so that it's softened. Isn't it so pretty? Now that's like a yellow, it's like a light yellow, but it is looking, I mean, to me it looks a little bit green on the camera. I don't know how it looks to you guys. It's like a pretty pale yellow. Look at that. Was that gorgeous? If I do say so myself. So beautiful. The only place that I'm feeling a little undone is like right over here. And I was like, do I want to put like a purple there to kind of like blend into that teal? I think I'm just gonna aqua. I think I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the aqua to just finish that little area. Or maybe I'll mix a little bit of the aqua with some purple. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to my Eyeshadow 00 brush. And I think I'm just gonna, for this little area right here, I'm gonna kind of tap between this blue from the Kimchi palette and then this purple from the palette, these two colors. And then I'm just going to ever so slightly blend this area. It just felt like a little bit naked. Yeah, I think that looks a little more finished. That compared to that, like it feels like there's like a little piece missing right there. You know, that looks a little more polished. It's probably something that you wouldn't even notice, but I notice. And then, you know what? Fuck it. While we're here, I'm gonna take a little bit, I'm just gonna grab a clean 03 and I'm gonna take a little bit of the matte white from the palette and just place that just underneath the second half of my brow. Just to kind of add a little bit, oh, probably didn't even see that. I don't even know if this is like something you can see, but it feels like it did something. It feels like it just did something there. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that white on top of that yellow right here, right in the inner corner to brighten. That's so freaking pretty. All right, while we're up close and personal, I'm gonna do my mascara. So I curled my lashes at the beginning of, before filming this, because for a reason. And I think they're like relatively curled still. So I'm just gonna leave them. And then I'm gonna apply the Swede mascara, which I've been obsessed with. It's so good. This is the Pro Lash Lift Mascara in black. So I don't even think I need falsies today, but like you can obviously do it if you want. I really like, this is like a comb. And this mascara formula is water resistant, not waterproof. So it really holds your lashes in place, but it's pretty gentle when removing it. I would say you still use like a cleansing balm. Like anytime you're wearing makeup, you should double cleanse. So use like a cleansing balm and then maybe like a gentle cleanser, and it comes off just fine. And it's much easier to remove than your typical waterproof mascara. And I would just like everyone to acknowledge my lashes currently. Just acknowledge them. Just notice them, acknowledge them, be with them for a second. Take it in. Take it in. Enjoy it. And we'll talk about it in the next video. God, they're gorgeous. All right. This is actually my first time trying this without curling my lashes again before going in with mascara. So we'll see how this holds up, but I'm experimenting a little bit. Like, dear God. Dear God. Will you please just like be with my lashes for a minute? Just be with them. All right, I'm gonna do my lower lashes and I gotta get like all up in this bitch. I'm gonna do one more coat on my top lashes. I did two coats on my lower lashes. I always keep a clean spoolie. Whether I need to like brush through any sections that I got a little heavy-handed, or if I want to lift my lashes up a little. Are you taking them in? Are you acknowledging? I have no words. Hold on, let me look at this magic right here. Wait, is it that? No, right there. Ooh. 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 Are you kidding me? Look at those lashes. You guys. I can't. I have to like stop myself from talking about it because we're gonna talk about it in the next video. Okay, for the rest of my face, I pretty much have everything done. I'm just gonna go in with a glossy highlight. I've been really obsessed with the Marilyn collection from Lisa Eldridge. I know that everybody who was able to pick it up says the exact same thing. So I'm gonna use her gorgeous Butterfly Light highlighter. I can't with it. And with a matte eye, when you have like a matte, fully matte eye, I think Juicy Skin is gonna look really, really beautiful, especially when you're dealing with pastels and those sort of like lighter colors, which I'm pretty happy with the way that my base looks, but I would like to sort of amp up the glow on my cheeks. So I'm gonna use, I'm just gonna use this Delium Tools brush because I have it. This is the 968 BDHD Phase 2. Too many names. Look at that. Oof. Perfection. Absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. Like that is what I needed. It's so beautiful. And you can apply this with your fingers, but I always prefer to use a brush or like a sponge or something, whatever I applied either my blush or my foundation with. Look at that glow. Gonna put a teeny bit of that because I can't resist on the tip of my nose. And that's it, dude. That's all we need. Stunning. I'm going to let you know what I used on my lips because, come on, beautiful. While we're here, I just was kind of like playing around. My blush is from Auric, from the Daybreak palette. And then I picked up this Buxom, they sent it to me, but I picked it up. I did pick it up out of my little lip liner cup. This is the Buxom Powerline a plumping lip liner in Dolly Light. I don't know why it's called plumping. I don't know, maybe it has like skincare ingredients. It doesn't like spice your lips or anything like that. It's not like that type of thing. I'll be honest, I'm not like the biggest fan of these like thicker kind of like angled lip liners, but this color is really beautiful. And then I went in with a lipstick that I'm constantly reminded how much I love every time I use it, even though it's something that I like wouldn't necessarily gravitate towards on its own. This is from Rabanne, and it is in the shade Ghosted 310, the famous lip color. And it's this really pretty pink, like just this like classic kind of like pink color. It actually kind of reminds me of a YSL lipstick that I used to be obsessed with. It's a little bit more saturated, like a little bit more pink than that one, but then I just kind of like dabbed that on my lips. And I did do a little bit of lip contour, and I added a teeny little bit of chisel from Katie Jean Hughes just underneath here and a little bit on the Cupid's bow, but that's basically it. And then I went in with a little bit of a gloss. Oh, this from Dominique Cosmetics. These new lip glosses from Dominique Cosmetics are so beautiful. This one is in the shade Pink Fruit Sorbet. That is the tiniest text of my life, and it's like script. But these are the Juicy Bombs Hydrating Lip Tints, and they are very much tints. They're not like super pigmented, and I basically just used it to like hydrate my lips. So you're not even really seeing the color, but the color itself is very complimentary of these tones. So that's the lip as well. Look at that. Look at this. What? Stunning. All right, guys, that's it for this quick little makeup tutorial, eyeshadow tutorial. I love it. I love first of all, I feel like the aqua color is everything that I've ever needed in my entire life. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. I would highly recommend, I don't know if Blend Bunny still has this palette available, but it is perfection. You're like surprised at how much you need it because it has neutrals in here. It's got a lot of really beautiful warm tones, but those pops of color are perfect. Like everything about, I don't ever need to create a palette because this is the one that I feel like I would want. You know what I mean? This has everything that I need. I love it so much. So yeah, highly recommend picking that up. Blend Bunny has some of the most beautiful eyeshadow formulas in the world. Kimchi Chic, obsessed. This palette is so beautiful. Super blendable, really, really stunning. I also love that the shimmers are also like involved in this palette. Yeah, really beautiful. Look at that. I mean, just gorgeous. Like, stop. It's so beautiful. And then I didn't end up using Girl Talk, but if you are looking for indie brands and you're trying to support Trixie Cosmetics, I fucking love. I love Trixie Cosmetics. I love the palettes. I love the powder formulas. Also beautiful shimmers. Like this is just like very satisfying to me. These colors are incredibly like that is really, really beautiful. And I don't like purple. I'm like not a purple person. That is beautiful. And then I also just wanted to shout out Odin's Eye, which I also grabbed. I have a bunch of their single shadows. They sent me a bunch of single shadows that I put in their little palettes that they sent me. I have like a greens and blues, and then I have like more of warm tones palette. But Odin's Eye has incredible, incredible formulas. Like these foils, if you're looking for indie, oh, they're so beautiful. They're so pretty. So yeah, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous formulas. And I am going to be doing an indie full face of makeup like full face of makeup using indie brands. I just have to pick up some products. So continue to keep me accountable for that, because I know I mentioned it a while back and then I completely forgot about it. So thank you for watching. Watch some other ones, and then I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.